So I'm trying a different camera angle to see if this is sort of going to be any better. It's fine for a small one. I'm not sure it's going to work. I think I need it almost needs to be above my head. This little painting, I just don't like it. The colours aren't right. It's just a bit boring and yeah. So I've taken off the retouch and varnish. You can actually paint over the top of retouch and varnish. I've taken off the retouch and varnish, and I'm going to have a little play with it and see what I can do. And I thought I'd record it so that you can sort of see that, you know, if you have paintings that you don't like, you can just paint over them. I'll just get some more, just paint it down. And I've been using these colours on a large painting. So yeah, let's just get shot. It's just not doing it. So, and again, I think I'm really stuck with sort of the composition because I've got a lot of texture down here, so we'll stick with that. But we'll have a little bit of drama going on up in these skies. And I'll just put a little bit of this blue in as well, because you get such a lovely colour with that. And I think with this one, if I lose the orange, I lose the orange. I'm not bothered about that happening. And I've actually probably put too much paint on, but when you're messing around with an old canvas, it doesn't matter. So it's just a basics of beginning to the sky. And what's nice is you just go back in with a dry brush and you can change what's going on in the sky. And I'm very kind of light touch going on. Yeah, so I've lost that orange, but straight away I like it's a bit more interesting. Again, I'm just drying my brush off on the lining paper. And this is just wallpaper, lining wallpaper. And I like what's going on here, so I want to pop in a little bit of the white on. Just use a palette knife. And we'll have that sort of coming down here, maybe right the way across, because I'm going to try and lead you through the painting. So we go this way and then we go down this way. And that is how, you know, we do it. I do it, is you do it with the light bits and what's happening in the sky. We'll bring this bit down. And like I say, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just working away. I'm just enjoying putting the paint down. And moving it around a little bit. I kind of like this dark bits going on in the middle, so I want to try and keep that. Can't always do it. Sometimes you do lose bits, and you think, right, well, I'll see if I can get that back in. I'm getting bits off the table. I need to clean the table up. Oops. There we go. Bring that a little bit up there, and you're literally just moving these clouds around. Put something right in the middle of that cloud. Bring this one down. I want the colour to come down. And you know, I don't think I'm going to do too much more. I might just actually leave this. Because it's got that feeling of energy. You know, when there's a weather front. Yeah, that's already, I'm already liking this more. Because we're saying something about this, the kind of day that it is with the weather coming in. You can see that. I'm going to put these videos, I'm going to make them a little bit longer, and I'm going to start putting them up on YouTube because I find it really hard to stop and start and one thing and another. So I just thought, let's see if I can do it this way. So I haven't changed the colour palette. I'm just using what I've got here. And I'm going to mix up, and because it's such a wild day, the sea is going to be quite a dark grey. And we've got a lot of white happening here, so that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just bring in a little bit of the colour. I'm going to leave that little bit of land because it's actually quite nice. Just disappearing. So I've popped some paint on really roughly with my palette knife, and then I'll just get a small brush, or I might actually use my bowl scraper, and I'm going to drag it. I've had to put the lights on today because it's so dull outside, so it's really dark at the minute, but that's okay. And we'll bring that down. I'm going to change this. I don't like this green. So let's see what happens if I do this. Oh no, that's a horrible brush. Sometimes you just need to throw brushes out. When I say it's horrible, it's definitely got old paint on it and it's made it very scratchy. I want it to be nice and smooth. I want to just gently push this paint around a little bit. And I'm actually taking off paint and that white is coming back through. And I'm just going to be really careful because I need to make sure I've got the horizon where it was, I think. So I'm literally just pushing that up as I'm going. You could put some masking tape down and that would be it. But it's starting to come together. Drag this paint down a bit. Now the sea is really quite dark, so maybe a bit too dark. But if I just go in with this, and I can take some paint off and I put it down here. Because like I said, what I've got happening in one place, I want to have happening in the other. That's better. And it's a really wild, stormy day. So I'm going to pick up my white paint. And I'm going to have a bit of fun with these waves. And because it's wild, the waves will be out. And I've got texture on this from the painting that's underneath, so that's probably going to do the job. I'll bring this in. I'm going to bring it all the way down. And I might just actually get rid of these completely. Stop it there for a second because I'm going to get a roller.